Lunchtime confessions today. We're going to talk about dating outside your race. Child. So recently I was approached by a white man, and I've been approached by white men before, but this particular time, for whatever reason, I still don't know, I was caught off guard. So, growing up, I always heard the women in my family tell my brothers or my male cousins, don't bring her home if she can't use your comb. I heard this constantly growing up. A lot of us did. Or we all got that one uncle who marries outside of the race, whether it be white, Latina, Vietnamese, Cambodian. We all have that one uncle who don't mess with the sisters. So, we've heard those comments. You know the comments. That's Leroy's wife. He married to that white woman. We've all heard it. Don't flex up on me today, y'all, please. So, growing up, I always had these really strong feelings about interracial dating. And I realized in my adulthood that those were not my feelings. Those were just the feelings that were taught and shown to me. Growing up, and even in my adulthood, you hear a lot of black women expressing their dislike or even their hatred for interracial relationships. And as a black woman, I feel it. Nubian goddess, hear me and hear me well. I feel it. I do not share those same feelings, but I feel you. And I understand the place that you're coming from with the dislike. So a few years ago, while on a flight to San Francisco, somebody left their Essence or Ebony magazine in the seat. And there was an article from Jill Scott with her feelings about interracial relationships. And the points that this sister was making, again, I've heard them my whole life, so what? It ain't enough black good women out here for you to choose from. You had to go choose, outside of the race. Like, what's wrong with you? Why you so insecure and can't date a black woman? These were all of the questions that were being presented in this particular article. And as I'm reading it, I can hear her frustration and her pain and her hatred for the situation. And I'm like, Reading that article made me realize that I don't share those same feelings. I love you, Jill. I just, quite frankly, don't give a fuck who you like, who you date, who you love, who you marry. I don't give a fuck. Now, in regards to me, personally, my life, the white man approaches me 2-3 days ago. He comes all the way correct, all the way respectful. Cool. Here is why interracial dating does not work for passion. Not judging anybody. Please don't leave Lunchtime Confessions feeling like I've judged you or your mom or your grandma. Nope. This is why interracial dating does not work for me. He can never feel me. Never. No matter how much he may want to, try to, need to, he can't. He will never know what it feels like to be the only black person in the room. He could never understand the nervousness while conducting an interview, even though you're the right applicant and not getting a job. He'll never know the anxiety of sitting in a chair, speaking to someone of a different race, pleading why you are the best applicant, and your fingers and toes are crossed, hoping they're not racist and don't hate black people. He could never know how it feels to be the only brown or black face sitting at the conference table with so many other faces. He could never wholeheartedly and clearly feel me. He may want to. He can't. When I think about dating, I think about, dating for the long haul. I'm 31 years old with 2 goddamn kids. I ain't dating to be dating. I'm dating for a life partner, and he couldn't be it. I know many of people. I love many of people. If you know me, you know just how blended my extended family really is. Oh my gosh, we range from everything. It works for some. It wouldn't work for me. I'm aware that love trumps everything. I am aware that opposites attract. All I am trying to explain to you all is I need to be felt as a black human being. Only a black man can feel that. What I've learned these past few years is don't ever say what you're not gonna do. I mean, hell, I always said I would never be a single mom and be by myself with these kids. Here I am. So I need not say, oh no, I'd never, marry or date a white man. I need not say that. I just don't see how that would work for my militant ass. I just don't see it. Kick it. I could come home from my day and Tim says, well, hey babe, how was your day? These bitches up here got me fucked up. They gave the little white girl extra money and I do her job. She don't even be doing her job. He can't. Tim might empathize and sympathize with me. Tim may want to understand why I'm so fucking upset about the white woman getting the extra money for the work she doesn't even do. He could never feel me. In a relationship and in a marriage, I want to be understood and felt, sometimes without even having to explain. I feel like in different race relationships, it's a lot of explaining. In a relationship or a partnership, I don't want to have to explain my feelings, my blackness. I really feel like only a black man can feel me. I support all relationships. Go for it. If Susan makes you happy, if Nick makes you happy, motherfucker, I say be with Susan and be with Nick. It's just not for me. It's not for a lot of us. And a lot of us don't hate it. It's just not for us. The long and long of it is, love who you want to love. Love how you want to love. If girls want to love girls, let girls love girls. If boys want to love boys, let boys love boys. If Asian want to love Latina, let that shit go down. Let that shit play out. Do you? Keep your sideways looks and your snarled nostrils while out in public. Keep all that shit. They gonna go home and still love one another. Love is gonna always prevail. Love who you want to love.